Welcome back! Yo, last night I got lit and I watched a new movie that came out called Backrooms. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I was entertained. I was entertained. I'm gonna say this about movies, horror movies. Horror movies can't exist without stupidity. Like, I truly don't understand how anybody would go into that fucking building. I don't understand. Ooh, my shit about to fall. I don't understand how people would go into that building. Somebody explain it to me like I'm a 2-year-old. Like, I kept asking myself, this guy is going in. He's just like walking, like the first time he discovers the back rooms in this movie. By the way, I'm going straight into it. He just starts walking into the back rooms and it just starts mapping this place out. Like, just he walks, then he goes through one quarter, then another quarter, then another quarter, and is mad quiet. I'm just like, why are we still walking? You know, me personally, why are we still walking, bro? Why are we still going into this place that we have no idea about? Like, I haven't even talked about anything, but that just irked me so much. And the fact that he brought other people with him, and then the fact that the lady at the end just joins. Dude, crazy, crazy work. But before we get into all of that, let's get into. First of all, I didn't understand the ending. I'm gonna say that. But before we get into all of that, make sure you guys like the video. If you like the video, subscribe, comment, do all that shit. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. Okay, what do I think about the movie overall? Everything. I think it's a good movie. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I think it was shot very well. I think the acting was good in it. I liked the story. They made the backrooms make sense. Am I very confused on a lot of things? Yes, I'm very confused. I should have watched the YouTube video explaining the ending before I made this video. But fuck it, we ball. Alright, we ball. Okay, what do I think? Should you go watch it? I definitely think yes. I think you should go watch it if you have the time, energy, money, all that other good stuff. If you have that energy and time and money, go watch it. It's a good movie. It's a good horror movie. Best horror movie of the year. I watched Obsession. Backrooms is better than Obsessions. I think it was better horror. I think the first part is a lot more horror. I think the second part I was not scared anymore. I don't know how to explain it, but as soon as they revealed the monster, I kind of was just like, oh, you know, it wasn't scary to me at all after that. I think before, when the monster was kind of just, you heard the footsteps and it was chasing you and all that, it was interesting. But as soon as they revealed it, I was like, oh, you can get away from him. Like, why are we acting all scared and shit? But I guess fear makes you do dumb shit. Okay, let me. I'm not looking at the rating. I'm not looking at the rating. I scrolled past the rating. Let's go straight to the cast. What do I think about the cast? I think the cast was good. I did not have any big problems with the cast. Clark, the main character, I think he did his job. I really enjoyed his acting. What's this guy? What is he known for? I think I've seen him in something. 12 Years a Slave. I've definitely not seen that movie. What have I seen him in recently? Venom? Hell nah. Damn, have I even seen this nigga ever? Lion King? I've never watched that. Doctor Strange. That's where I know him from. There you go. Doctor Strange. I know him from Doctor Strange. I've seen him before, so I know he's a good actor. He did well in this movie. He acted his ass off. I think when he went crazy, that's where his best performance was. When he was sitting on the table across from the therapist. That was the best like performance that he had in the movie. Next up, Mary. Is Mary the? Oh yeah, Mary's the therapist. Great job. I think her and Clark were the two standout best characters. Everybody else was kind of just eh, all over the place. Kat and Bobby and Phil and Naren and all of these guys, they're all just, regular. I really didn't I really didn't, I didn't really feel anything from these guys. Like Kat especially, dude, when her head was like chopped off in the fridge, crazy work. I kind of was like that. That was the only no, Cap. There was two moments. There was one moment actually. That didn't really jump me. There was only one moment in the entire fucking movie where I jumped. One moment. And do you know where that one moment was? Is when young Mary right here was like fucking locked up in her crib and they had all these papers on the window and she went to go reach for the window to try to open it. She was trying to be super silent. And just as she was about to open the window, her mom comes up from behind her and says, Mary, I fucking I jumped out of my like I did one of those. I was like, oh, because it was like so quiet for like 40 some seconds of her trying to open that door, and right when she's about to open it, she says, "Mary, it spooked me." But other than that, I was not spooked for this entire movie. I was not scared at all. I think it was scary, but not scary to me. Like I don't think it was. I think it was a scary movie and a scary situation to be in, but scary to watch. No, it wasn't that scary to me. I kind of wish they kind of make like a some explaining like how like because the whole thing was in the back rooms at the end. But let's get to the plot lines and the story. The story, I think the story was good. I liked how it starts off with the found footage and then with the scientists and explains that scientists are watching that place. But now I'm confused. Are the scientists in the back rooms or are they somehow out of the back rooms and they're watching it? Like I don't understand like how like what the back rooms it's so confusing. I have to watch a video on explaining it to me cuz I feel like I'm stupid. I like how it made me feel stupid, which kind of I like movies like that. It makes me think like I don't really know. I didn't really know how it ended because the way it ended, fucking Mary turns into a backrooms creature, and I feel real bad for her because I don't feel like she deserved that at all. Clark gets eaten by Big Clark, Pirate Clark, I guess. Um, Overall the story I think was written well. I think the way it goes from okay, the way about this guy's life and then the employees that he has and then the way he's in the therapy sessions and like they're doing the role playing and then you see how he just clicked and became a piece of fucking garbage out of nowhere. He's like, "Well, how do you think you survive? I pay for everything in this house. You don't even deserve to he just starts going crazy on her. I was like, oh, okay, this nigga can really act. That's when I was like, first, like, oh, I like this. I like the fire that he's putting into that. Like they're role playing, but this nigga is really getting into it, you know. And then he's at the house. Oh, he's back in the furniture store because apparently the lights are going off at night and it's like fucking up his electricity and he's not trying to pay for all that shit. So then he walks into the wall, and that's the first time he walks into the wall and then he finally escapes. Like he hears the monster coming up behind him, he escapes, but like he doesn't drink. He's there for a week. He maps out the whole thing, but except for this one long corridor. So in my question right here is, at that moment, was he friends with the monster yet, or was he still running from the monster? Because there's two questions like that. There's two questions I have about the monster thing. So this guy was in there for a week, and he was like exploring, mazing it out, and he's just like it's a maze that keeps expanding, so he's exploring it, right? So he's exploring the maze, doing all this, Then he brings Kat and Bobby with him, right? And by the way, hold on, before I continue, who the fuck is Phil? Hold on, can I click on Phil? Who the fuck is Phil? Real quick. I gotta see this. Hold on. I feel like I'm forgetting this guy's character. Who the fuck is Phil? Oh, he's the doctor. Oh, he's the scientist that's watching them. Okay, perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, yeah, yeah, okay. Phil did his job. Phil did his job. I don't really think he had that big of a role. I'll be honest. I don't know why he's third on the list. I think Cat and Bob should be above him. No, no, this is the main guy, right? No, this is the guy who was doing the found footage at first. I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beck from Victorious. Okay, yeah. Okay. So the first question I have is so then he goes to therapy, right? And he's telling her about how he hasn't had a drink in a week. He's been mapping out this place. It's a maze under his freaking furniture store. All this other stuff. He starts sounding crazy. So she's like, "Are you sure? Are you okay? I can get you the help you need." Blah blah blah. And he's like, "Oh well, you don't believe me?" He takes his map. He goes away. Then he calls Cat. He goes to Cat's and Bobby's house, and he's like, "Come with me. Bring your camera. I need you to come with me." At that point, is he and the big evil pirate? This guy plays Pirate Clark, right? Is Pirate Clark the bad guy? Like Pirate Clark is the bad guy, right? Hold on, let me see. Pirate Clark is the bad guy, right? I think. Yeah, Pirate Clark is the bad guy. Yeah, this is the bad guy, folks. Yeah. Damn, this is terrible. Freaking. This is the best y'all could get. But it's basically this is the main character, and this is basically the demon that's in the back rooms, which I like that they made it him. Oh wait, my fucking camera's blocking it. Yeah, this is the main character, and this is the demon that's in the back rooms. So okay, at that point, is Broski like, is he evil and he's trying to kill people in the back rooms? Is it that point that he turns evil? Because there he's on the rope, and then but this is another thing about horror movies. It just gets like, why are we exploring so much? I need somebody to explain it to me. I don't understand. Like, I get it's a movie and you have to make plot happen for a reason, but this guy was down there for so long. He was down there for so long. He already checked two of the rooms. He's seen all the piles of clothes there. What could possible piles of clothes means? It smells terrible in there, and there's a bunch of piles of clothes. What do you think it means? Come on, y'all. Yo. Let's put two and two together, bro. Let's put two and two together and make four. This is seven. Let's make four, and what does that equal? It equals this nigga's eating niggas in here. Let me get the fuck out. And then when he finally does get out, he couldn't freaking untie his rope fast enough. Oh, that shit pissed me off. Like, yo, you know when you're watching a movie and you kind of just get out of it for a second? Like, I got out of it that second. I was like, bro, really? I was like, bro, really? Are we dead ass? Are we dead ass, bro? You couldn't get out that little baby ass rope? That shit pissed me off smooth. Like, really mad. It really irked me that he did that. And then, um, and then the fact that, uh, the fucking girl started chasing after the monster. What? And then there's another part. Okay, so then Clark is walking around through the back rooms. He's trying to get away from the monster. At this point, I don't know if he's just acting because Kat and Bobby are in there, or he's just, he's still not friends with the monster. So then he's trying to get away from the monster. He gets away. He gets to this wall, and he's literally in a corner. He cannot get out. The only way getting out is getting out through the way. Like, this is also the scary thing about movies. When you're running from a monster, or horror movies, when you're running from a monster, going back into the place that you like, let's say you have two paths, right? There's left and right. You go left, it's a dead end. Going back, oh my god, is the scariest possible thing. But they did that a couple of times in the movie because this monster slow as a bitch. So they go back. I got so scared when they go back because I think the niggas is about to come and just grab them, yank them, just like that. Scare the shit out of me. But that didn't happen, fortunately. But at this time, there's a big ass wall. I think they were like close to a pool. He goes, and then like the big pirate Clark, the bad guy, he grabs so he was using Clark was holding the camera as he was running, and so he puts it down and tries to find a way out. He's thinking it's invisible, maybe there's a way to get out. But on the other side is Kat. So Kat on this side, all she sees is glass, and she can see Clark trying to get out through the glass. But Clark is on this side of the wall, and all he sees is brick wall, and there's no glass, so he can't get out. And then as they're like talking and trying to get out and talk to each other and trying to get out of this trap situation, she tells him turn around. There's a fucking monster. And so he turns around and the monster's holding the camera, by the way. He got the camera all high up and shit, and he's looking right out there. And he turns around and the scene cuts. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then it goes to Mary. And then Mary's doing all her shit, and she gets a call from Clark like, hey, I'm going in, I'm never coming back. So then her dumbass decides to drive to the store. She sees his car in the parking lot. She's like, what's going on? She touched the door's open, the store is empty. Okay, first fucking red flag. There's no other cars in the parking lot. There's a bum in the parking lot. If there's a bum in the parking lot of the place where you're shopping, it's a dead area. Please just get out of there for your own safety. The doors are unlocked and there's nobody inside. Why are we still going? Well, we keep going. We're going past all the fucking furniture. We're walking in, and then guess what we do? We go downstairs. Bro, oh, I'm getting more mad at this point. Okay, now we're gonna walk through the invisible wall. It felt like we're watching Impractical Jokers. I got so mad. Like, I understand the plot needs to continue, but why are you going through an invisible wall in an empty furniture store at night for no fucking reason? It wasn't at night, but it's just for no reason. You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do it. Okay, then she goes in, she finds this little thing about this mural. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the mural. Let me see if I can find it. uh it was like this thing about like just like a big wall where it had a bunch of writing on it and all of this, and it was cool. Like, I'm trying to find it right here. I don't think they got it, but it was something that she was staring at, and she heard the monster. So then she puts her arms in the back on the wall, and she's scared as a bitch, and she don't know what to do. Then another almost part where it made me jump, but it was too casual to make me jump. I wish they purposely scared us there. I wish that was a purposeful jump scare. And by the way, another thing about today's movie, I could not tell what time frame it was until they put 1990 at the end. Until they put 1990 at the end, I couldn't tell you what time frame this movie was from. I really couldn't tell you. Um, but yeah. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, you're gonna stand, and then his hand kind of goes like this. His hand kind of goes like that, and it's like there's a wall, and he goes like this. So she's like, Clark, is that you? He's like, yeah, you're being too quiet. You're being too loud. Be quiet, you know? And I'm thinking at this point, what the fuck happened to him? Did he somehow get away from the monster? We don't know at this point, because at this point, all we remember is that confrontation that he was like, that the camera, the big ass fucking monster had the camera, and he's staring at the what's it called? Staring at Clark. So I don't know what happened. So I'm thinking Clark maybe somehow escaped, and I'm like, okay, then maybe they're gonna show a flashback and show us how he escaped. That never happened. So he kind of was like, all right, be quiet, be quiet. Then he gets behind her and fucking chokes her ass and knocks her out. She wakes up. She's at a table. There's a guy sitting there, and then there's a lady standing right behind them, and they both have like blurry faces. Hold on, let me see if I can show it to you. I wish this movie has been out for a minute because no fucking pictures are out yet, man. Uh, maybe hold on. I'm trying to see. Does it show? It doesn't show on here for some reason. But like it's like these guys are not being forgotten by the back rooms, so their faces are like random as hell. So their eyes are here, 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 here. They have multiple mouths, just look disfigured. Like it's just scary as hell. But it's not here. Man, man, it's not here anywhere. But whatever. But whatever. I can't find it. It's okay. So then they're talking, and Clark and her are talking, and she's like tied up on her chair like this. Her arms are tied, and he's talking, and then that's when you realize that the motherfucker's turned, and she's like, they're doing this little therapy session again. Let's role play. They're doing the role play from the beginning of the movie again, and it's real scary. Like, this time, Clark is actually scaring me. Like, this is a situation that I'd pay not to be in. It's real scary at this point, and he's talking to her. He's like, okay, and then she's like, oh well, you don't have to change and all this, and then he gets super happy. Oh, by the way, middle of them talking, scariest part of the movie, this nigga digs into one of the monsters and rips it out and is like, drops it on the table, and he's like, oh yeah, you can eat them too. I was like, what? That was a disturbing part of the movie. Disturbing. Scared the living shit out of me. And then, he's talking, you don't have to change. And then the monster comes in, and it's the big ass Clark and then the regular Clark. And then he's like, no, 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 it's okay. You don't have to kill her. Why? You don't have to kill her? Because she said we don't have to change. This guy's a piece of shit, and he hates that the therapist is saying that he has to change, then he's in the wrong because his pride is too high. So then he finally is like, well, I don't have to change. She said I don't have to change, you know? So he's telling her this, or he's telling the monster this, but the monster just grabs this nigga, picks him up, and takes a bite out of him. And it sounded like a real crunch too, and kills him right there. Scary as hell. She freaking latching with the fucking rope. Finally gets out of the rope and starts running, 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 running. It's the back room. She's lost. She can't get out. Running, 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 running. And then finally she gets to a place where she thinks she's safe. And then this is the question I have. The scientists are there, right? So the scientists are there, and then there's a scientist talking to her and like trying to explain to her, is like asking her questions, like interrogating her, but also trying to be nice at the same time, and is like, okay, what did you see in there? What happened to you? Ah, 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 you know? And I'm just like, what? Are they out of the back rooms? Are they still in the back rooms? I don't know what's going on, you know? I'm so confused at this point, but we're rolling with the punches. We're continuing on. And at this point I'm like, okay, so if there isn't any what's it called? Like if the backrooms isn't real and these guys are in the backrooms and it's like a hallucination, how is this making sense? Because the next scene is literally her sitting at a table, right? Her sitting at a table and she becomes a fucking faceless monster. And then the fucking guys are gone and it's just she's just in the backrooms. And then the freaking stores in the back room, the cars in the back room, everything's in the back rooms. I'm like, so how did we get from the scientist interrogating her to her just being in the back rooms? How did that happen? Was the scientist not real? Because it was the niggas in the hazmat suits that pulled her out and put her into an interrogation room. So and she was all bloodied up and shit, and then she became a clean. So I thinking that they gave her gave her a shower or something. You know, that's what I was thinking happened. Give her a shower, putting her in a room, making her, putting her into a thing. But like, I don't understand. Is she dead? Is she alive? What happened? I don't understand. Somebody explain it to me. I need to watch a video. Something explain the backgrounds. But overall, I was thoroughly entertained. I give this movie a solid 8.4 out of 10. I don't think it's an 8.5. I think it's an 8.4 out of 10. Solid movie. Entertaining. Entertained me throughout. It was a good movie. Ooh, I really enjoyed myself. This is one of the better ones that I've watched recently. It might even go up to 8.5, 8.6. I'm not going to lie to you. Solid 4 star out of 5. I genuinely like this movie. I think it was good. I just didn't understand a lot of the things. It was well acted. It was well directed. It was a scary ass movie. I don't think it scared me other than that one time. But yeah, I feel like nowadays niggas are scared to put jump scares because that's like bland. But bro, put the jump scares in. That's the biggest scary points in the movie. Obviously, you don't have to put a jump scare of like a big scary monster jumping out and trying to kill somebody. Like that don't have to be a jump scare. But I feel like at the moment where Clark was hiding from Mary and then he kind of just steps out, that would have been a great jump scare. It was like literally the perfect opportunity to do it and you didn't do it. But whatever. I digress. It's a good movie. Go out and see it if you have the time, money, and energy. If you like the video, go ahead and like the video. Comment what you thought about the movie. If you haven't seen it, comment if you are going to see it or not. Let me know what you think. And